That makes no sense. What?
Listen to my argument. You yell and you scream.
Why does it matter?
Shut the fuck up, Wolf Warrior. Okay. My point being, why remove something that has no negative impact? And you're gonna say, oh,
It does have a negative impact. I've already told you this.
It's a fucking hub, dude. It's a fucking hub.
I've already told you it has a negative impact, especially when there's less than 20 players on the server. A very small amount.
If even 10% of the players use it, it's worth keeping rather than removing. I'm sure
nobody used it. Nobody gives a fuck.
I used it, and if I used it, I'm sure other people used it.
Like nobody gave a fuck about it. Like it just caused at the end of the day, it actually caused more problems than none because Featherboard's so autistic that like half the time the configuration just resets for literally no reason, and then it shows that autistic scoreboard which actually gives no information and is just even more annoying. So how does that make sense?
I just don't understand why you.
I mean, I'm sure you. I mean, you've even reported to me that the scoreboard's broken half the time because that fucking shit just resets randomly.
Fix it. We shouldn't remove it.
There is no way to fix that. It just randomly resets. Like how do I fix something that's out of my control?
It's not a huge deal. I just don't understand why you would remove something instead of fucking, like why would remove something that people, could be using and it gives no negative impact. It's just
they don't give a fuck about using it. It's a lobby.
Holy shit, dude. Oh my god.
Like what? Like if I see people complain that they want it back, if I see a large majority of players complain that they want it back, and I see a negative impact on the server over a scoreboard in the lobby that nobody uses, then sure, I'll add it back. But if there's no negative impact on the server because of it, then there's no point in adding it.
That's absolutely terrible logic. You know that yourself that would like absolutely.
That's not terrible logic. If there's no negative impact, then who cares?
I care because even if, as I said, even if
I'm glad. I mean, you care about a lot of pointless shit too. Like we can go into that.
Even okay, let's try to not keep it go personal here, MCB. But fucking let's pretend that 5% of the server cares, right? A very minuscule amount. That's worth keeping it then for, even if it's just 5%. Even if 5% of the players like being able to log into the hub and see how many players are, see what the IP of the team speak is, see what the fucking
they have to log into the hub to see the amount of players on the server because they definitely couldn't see it before they even clicked the join button on the server. So you're right.
Account is fluctuating, dude. What if? Here's another reason, dude.
Well, then they hit refresh and then they join. Then they see the new amount.
When a server's restarting, they're sent to the hub. They're not sent out of the fucking game mode. They won't know what the players are. It's just it's literally, if anything, it's a psychological effect because when a player sees the server with a bunch of players, they want to play it more. Literally, there's absolutely no reason to remove it. For performance issues, you said it yourself. It's a fucking hub server. It doesn't need to have great performance. It needs to get players onto the fucking servers they're going to. Holy fuck, dude! It needs to give them information.
I mean, performance is always because something that negatively impacts performance and is actually has zero effect on players in the server and what they use. Like, if it negatively impacts performance, then why would you have it? Like, that makes no sense. Just because it's a hub server doesn't mean that I'm just gonna be like, fuck it, let's just make the server lag to fucking shit, or make the performance worse, or make the performance of every other server worse because we have a hub server that's causing lag on the entire server for every other server.
Oh yeah, okay. So the last hub that did have a featherboard, a fucking side.
No, I mean I can tell you that the last time that one server caused a performance problem on the same server that DayZ was on, it caused the entire DayZ to basically lag to basically a halt. So I mean, why would I put a lobby server in the position to cause another server to basically stop working over a fucking featherboard or anything really?
That's a false equivalency. You're basically saying that a pebble is a nuke. We clearly know it's not going to be a nuke. We clearly know it's not going to be a nuke, dude. It's a fucking featherboard that worked perfectly fine for the last months that we've had the network up, and now you're removing it because what? You think now it's going to sprout performance issues?
I mean, it's not that it's just now sprouting performance issues. I think featherboard as a whole has sprouted performance issues. I mean, I could also tell you that the reason that the infected RPG before there was even a hub used to lag so much and there was such a huge problem was because of featherboard, which I mean I partially fixed the issue, but I mean that doesn't change the fact that it caused problems.
Yeah, but that's a game mode that has active stuff running. This is a hub server that's sole purpose is to give.
Yeah, but it was like the thing is like, why would I have a plugin that causes performance issues on a server where it's completely pointless to have the plugin on the server?
That's your opinion. It's not fact. And I said even if 5% of the players use it, it's worth keeping. Yeah, see, that's what you would assume, Chase. I've already said that. I'd be happy
There
to-
is no
I've already said
there is no resolve. I mean,
there is a resolve. Let me say it right now. Let's find a better fucking way to do the sidebar, right? With minuscule information, because that's all we really need. You just need to have enough information, right? There's no reason to remove it. We just need to fix it.
I'm not gonna waste 30 minutes fixing it right now. Sorry, I'm not gonna waste 30 minutes to redo the entire featherboard to change it to the new version that doesn't cause as much lag,
Or you can
all
just
while
delete
taking
last
down
one
the servers and causing more downtime because players can't connect to the server
You could just
over
enable the last
featherboard.
one.
Sorry, that's literally
You could
autistic.
just enable the last one. You clearly.
I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think the time wasted doing it is a big of a problem. Is just taking down the server again, just
You
to
don't
re-add
have to
it.
take down the
is
fucking
more of a
server again,
problem.
dude. You have to restart the lobby. There's a difference.
And then while I restart the lobby, players can't connect. In fact, because of that issue that I've already told you about with the other plugin that we use to balance lobbies, because that issue is there and because I can't use that option, basically if I even take down one lobby, that means that half the players that connect to the server won't actually be able to connect to the server, and it'll disconnect them without even connecting them to the server. Which, I mean, I guess it's better than all players being at one lobby, but I mean, I still don't want to have half the players that try to connect to the server and not be able to connect over a fucking featherboard right now.
Yeah,
After we've just had like downtime just before this and downtime last night for like the longest time, plus downtime on Warzone. Why would I?
Restarting a hub server is incredibly quick, and also the fact that like you.
Oh yeah,
took-
it's definitely incredibly quick.
You've already taken time out of your day, right? If time is so important, you've already taken time out of your day to remove this board for no reason.
Actually, I didn't take time out of my day to remove it today. It was actually removed whenever I made this lobby, which was like months ago.
Some time.
But I mean, like I said, the time that it took to delete the plugin
Has
was
now led to this, right? 30 minutes of wasted time in an argument. So yeah, it hasn't had an effect.
But I've already said that the time that it takes isn't as much of a concern as the fact that the server has to go down and be of an inconvenience to players who want to play it.
I'm not saying it's a massive thing. I just don't like the idea of removing things for no reason. Players, even if 5% of them use it, and I don't like.
I would say not even 1% of players use that featherboard, but
I would say probably 90% of players use it, but 5% of players.
oh,
actually-
definitely. 90% of players use it, but 90% of players also disable it right when they join. Because that's definitely a true
There's a
statistic.
difference. That's a game mode. This is a hub. A game mode, it's annoying to have something buzzing on the side of your screen, especially in a PvP game where everything is, stimulating you.
Yeah. No shit, people like the featherboard because it shows relevant information in the game modes, but just repeating the same information that
Gives fucking IP addresses to the TeamSpeak. We could even have Discord information. Like, I don't understand.
I mean that'll happen at some point, right? But
Well, then let's do it, dude. Like, I don't know why you're
it's
even
not happening right now because I'm not gonna restart the server right now.
Stubbornness is like one of the worst qualities, MCB.
Okay, so how about this? Let's delay releasing Warzone so that way we can
No, I'm not saying
worry about adding a featherboard on the lobby that everyone in this channel definitely wants to use, rather than
From what
playing
I've heard so far,
Warzone.
it sounds like you don't want to have it at all. I just want to know that we're getting it back. Fuck. Literally. I said it
I'm
myself. I don't think
not
it's a
doing
huge
it
issue.
now.
Whatever, dude. Let's just get fucking Warzone out, honestly, at this point. If we have to sacrifice a bunch of random shit to do it, whatever.
I'm not talking about the featherboard on the server shares. I'm talking about the featherboard on the lobby, which nobody uses.
Doesn't matter. Still helps players.
It does matter.
Still helps players. What about the players what happens if they join the lobby and they just have some issue which is preventing them from joining the server?
What issue? So how does the featherboard help them solve that issue that's
It
preventing
tells them the website and it tells them every single way they can contact someone that might be able to help them.
Hold on.
And just basic information like the players on the
But
server. Right?
the
And as I say,
website-
it has a psychological effect. If you see there's a lot of players on a server, you want to play that server. So seeing that, there's 150 players on the
Like
server.
if someone joins the hub and initially goes to join Warzone or Infernal and sees there's only 10 people on both of those, it's not gonna help. But if they see there's 100 and something people on, they're gonna check infected too, and they're gonna be like, oh shit, people do play this server.
What do you mean? But they saw that player count before they even joined the server.
Not necessarily. And also that player count's changing, as I said. If a player goes AFK in the hub, or if a restart happens. If a restart happens,
doesn't-
everybody is sent. They're sent back to the hub. Fuck, man. I don't understand. As I say, this it's not a huge deal.
But
But
they
it's
see the
not-
player count before they join the server.
If it's a restart, they don't.
Not to mention with the new lobby, it literally shows overall player counts for every type of server. So like before, whereas like people actually didn't know the player counts of individual servers because they actually had to click on and then count the player count for each server. It actually shows that there's overall 31 players in day 0.